But the most interesting thing is it really has not hit yet because the big platform, we call them wirehouses. So Morgan Stanley, Wells Fargo, Bank of America, Merrill Lynch, LPL would be an independent one, UBS, none has approved them for the platform.
모건 스탠리, 웰스파고, 뱅크 오브 아메리카 등등 흔히 웨어하우스라고 불리는 대형 금융 플랫폼들이 아직 비트코인 시장에 진입하지 않았기에 진정한 기관 채택의 초입에 있다고 주장하고 있는 인물은 아크인베스트먼트의 CEO 돈나무언니 캐시우드입니다. 캐시우드는 크립토 시장의 그 누구보다 상징적인 플레이어이자 전통 월가 금융권에서 비트코인 가치를 그 누구보다도 먼저 깨닫고 혁신적인 행보를 지속적으로 보여주고 있는 인물인 만큼 그녀가 생각하는 향후 크립토 시장의 전반적인 변화와 전망에 대한 디테일한 인사이트에 대해서 함께 들어보도록 하겠습니다.
I think a lot of people in here, shifting this back to Bitcoin, I just think that everybody here would just love to hear from your perspective, the launch of all the Bitcoin ETFs. How is this being viewed on Wall Street by people that have been launching ETFs for decades at this point? Is this, I'm assuming it's a massive success, but like in your own words, help everybody kind of understand that point of view of somebody that works with some of the elite people on Wall Street, how this is being viewed.
I think Larry Fink's conversion was very important. That was a moment. Remember, he was denigrating Bitcoin for years, very focused on the environmental side of it. But how is it perceived? Well, the first thing that happened was Grayscale, because it kept its fee at 2%, donated a lot of share to all of us.
Why was that?
We think it was a miscalculation. And the CEO, who I've known him for a very long time, he quit. I think, and now they're putting, if you look at what they did with Ether, they've introduced not only the conversion into the Grayscale trust into an Ethereum ETF, but also an Ether mini for 10% of it. So the cost there is 15 basis points. I think I don't know if they're keeping it at the rest at 2%. I don't understand the strategy, but first donated a lot of share, grew the market in terms of, beyond what Grayscale offered. So the education of 11 ETF providers vying for business at the same time. The education around that was tremendous. And you had most of the major asset management institutions involved. We were in our early days, they thought we were using a marketing gimmick, or there was, always a reason not to consider what we believed was a new asset class. So first, donation of share to lots of other players, all of whom have educated. But the most interesting thing is it really has not hit yet because the big platform, we call them wirehouses. So Morgan Stanley, Wells Fargo, Bank of America, Merrill Lynch, LPL would be an independent one, UBS, none has approved them for the platform. And
is that the 6-month mark I keep hearing that they needed?
I don't know. Yes, that we were told by the most progressive of all of them, we need 3 to 6 months. So now we're 6 months in. I'm sure at one point price hit 70. They thought, we can't put, this is very volatile. We can't put our clients in this. We'll wait for a correction. The correction was much more shallow than they expected. There was one immediately after launch, but no one jumped on the recent one, which is interesting. So I think they're still trying to get their arms around it. They probably have to hire analysts to support them because otherwise it's on the management team's backs. This is their risk. So I think they'll have to get a little bit of an infrastructure going. And we're starting to see that. We're also starting to see some demand pull from clients, which is good. That will get top management to make the investments in the research team to make this happen. So it's a slow process, but, despite what seems to be a wonderful success, it hasn't even begun.
I've heard because you don't have the financialization of derivatives on top of it, which could come within a year from now, that's going to bring a whole nother flow of cash towards it. Can you help people kind of understand what that means and what that might look like?
Yeah. I mean, this is all deepening the liquidity of the market. market, which is that's a lot of what they're studying right now. How liquid is this market? Do we need derivatives? We'll wait for derivatives. I mean, they will use, I think when one goes though, the others will follow quickly. So I don't know if they'll wait another 6 to 9 months for derivatives. Maybe. I think someone will jump the gun before that, especially because it's become such a big campaign issue. And you've got, former President Trump, taking donations in crypto. Wow, that was surprising. But saying that he would guarantee the right to self-custody, very big in this community, right? Focusing on the miners and saying, yeah, America first. Yeah, we need them here. That's great. That was wonderful. And then, of course, what happened in Congress, the idea that the FIT 21, so Financial Innovation Technology of the 21st Century Act, FIT 21, got 76 or 78 Democratic votes in the House. Nobody expected that on Wall Street. Maybe that was becoming current wisdom, but that was big, I think, in terms of what I just said. The financial markets are waiting for cues to say, okay, it's okay to go. It's okay to go.